Welcome to week 3. And this week we're going to talk about how to do basic formulas in Google Sheets. So let's get started. So first I have this template for you. You should have found it in the email. You can click on the link and then use template. You've got a lot of different tabs here, so I'm going to walk you through them step by step. The video is going to move quickly. Feel free to pause and work at your own pace. Restart the video when you're ready to move on to the next step. So most spreadsheets operate in a similar way. Each cell has its own name, kind of like Battleship. We've got column letters and row numbers. So for example, this particular cell is A4. This cell is B5. So to practice naming these different columns, these different cells, this is going to be important when you do your formulas. This sheet will help you with that. So you can double click in a cell and then you can type in the name of that cell. For example, this one is B5. The way this sheet has been programmed is when you type in the correct name of the cell, it will go from yellow to green. Now this will only work for the cells that I have highlighted in yellow. I didn't program any of the cells that are in white. For practice 2, we're going to practice very simple equations. So we're not utilizing data in any other cell. We're just using our cell to do math for us. So for example, in this particular cell, we're going to do addition. I've already typed out the base of the problem, 25 plus 25. The answer is 50. If I double click into this cell and I add an equal sign at the beginning of my equation, it will automatically turn into a formula. So see how it did that quick auto change? Now if I press enter on my keyboard, it will give me the correct answer. I've also programmed these here to turn green when the correct answer is displayed. Notice here the answer is 50, but I still see my equation up here. So this bar up here is known as your formula bar. If at any time you need to come back and adjust your formula, this is where you're going to be able to see it. You can also see it by double clicking into a cell. So it's kind of a behind the curtain moment. So we're going to do that for the rest of these. Awesome, great job. For the Part B practice, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to adjust the numbers inside so we get the total number 75 instead of 50. So a little bit of math and a little bit of formula. So I'm going to double click here. I'm going to add an equal. And then to get to 75, I'm going to do a plus 25. So 25 plus 25 plus 25, enter, and now I get 75. Another trick, if I don't want to double click into the cell, if I already have my hands on the keyboard, I can just, if the cell is selected, I can hit my enter key again, and it will automatically put the cursor in the box, and then I can manipulate where I am using my arrow keys. So for this particular one, we're going to do equals, and to make the answer be 75, I'm going to change this from 60 to 85 minus 10, 75. Next one, we'll do 25 times 3. And for the last one, 75. For practice 3, we're going to start using two cells together to do math with a simple formula. One of the easiest ways to utilize formulas is by clicking in the cell where you want the formula to be and then clicking the functions key in your toolbar. If you don't see sum, you can go to all and search all the way down until you find it. Sum is already here for me, so we're going to select sum. And then I'm going to either type in the two cells that I want to sum together, or I can use my mouse to click and drag to select the two, and then I can press enter. So again, my cursor is going to be in the cell where I want the formula to go. I'm going to press the function key on my toolbar, hit sum, and then this time I'm going to type them in just to show you that you can do both. Google Sheets is also pretty smart. You can copy and paste a cell, and it will automatically assume that you want the row number to change as you go down. So even though this one was A3 and B3, when I pasted the formula into the cell here, it automatically assumed that I wanted it to be 4 and 4. You can also use the drag and drop feature. Once you have a formula selected, you'll get this little blue box right here. You can click, hold, and drag that down to autofill the formula into the next available cell. Let's move on to average. Here is a column of numbers that I want to average. For this example, I'm going to highlight the column of numbers first, and then I'm going to go over here to the function key and choose average. It's automatically going to assume that I want to put my formula in the next available open cell, which I do. It also calculated the range for me, A7 to A15. All I have to do now is press enter. Same as before, I could take this and I can continue doing it that way. I can copy and paste that formula into this next cell, or I can use this drag feature to click, hold, and drag the formula over to autofill it for me. The final practice is a full gradebook example. I have quiz 1, 2, and 3, and I need to find the average of all 3. What's great about averages that are set up this way with formulas is it will ask me if I want to autofill my formula, which saves a ton of time. So first, for this particular one, I'm going to highlight my 3 cells, click on the sigma key, hit average, and then press enter. Notice that Google Sheets automatically assumes that I want to autofill, which is exactly what I want. So I can hit the check mark, and now I have autofilled those averages all the way down. For your reference, there are answer keys all along the bottom here, so you can double check your work to make sure that you did it correctly. Good job and happy practicing.